Hello students, in this video we have last three questions of assignment 6.2 eddy current. We'll see what is eddy current, we'll see if it is advantageous or not, and if not, can we control eddy currents, and then we'll see applications of eddy currents. Now consider that we have a pendulum, and for now I consider that we have metallic plate oscillating in this plane. What if I consider that there is a magnet placed here? So this metallic plate is placed between two magnetic poles. Does it make any difference to this metallic plate? Now we know that magnet will have magnetic field lines, and we are not talking about loop. This is some conductor, but as the conductor oscillates, uh, the charges inside are also moving, and then we have this type of situation prevailing. F is equal to Q V cross B, isn't it? Because charges are moving in magnetic field, and then charges will experience force. So what happens because of the force? Obviously, the charges we are talking about are electrons, and if electrons experience force, they will move. They'll start moving. And if electrons move, you have current produced inside this conductor. And what is the nature of the current produced inside the conductor? It will be in circular fashion. Circular current loops are produced because of this force on the charges, and such current loops are called eddy currents. Now, obvious question is, do we have this magnetic field in real-time situation? Yes, we have magnetic field in the real-time situation because Earth is having its own magnetic field. And so wherever you find any conductor moving, we are talking about this type of situation. Conductor is moving in Earth's magnetic field. So everywhere we have this eddy current produced. Everywhere uh, when we see any metal or any conductor moving, it is in Earth's magnetic field, and so you can expect eddy current. Now, so what? If we have eddy current produced in some conductor, does it make any difference? Yes, it does make any difference. How? There are two major issues with eddy current. First is it produces unnecessary heating. First issue is it produces heating because according to Joule's law, wherever you have current passing through any conductor, there is heat produced which is equal to I square RT. So, whichever conductor or machinery you are talking about will have I square RT amount of heat produced. Secondly, if you apply Lenz's law, you realize that the eddy current will have its own magnetic field, and it will always be opposing the external magnetic field, or else the Lenz law says that the nature of induced EMF is in such a way that it opposes very cause. It means that when you are trying to oscillate it, this eddy currents will hinder the motion. Okay, so motion is obstructed. So our mechanical effort will increase. So whichever mechanical effort you require to move this machinery or the conductor will increase because there are eddy currents, and eddy currents will oppose the motion according to Lenz's law. So eddy currents are not desirable. We don't want eddy current. But if you don't want eddy current, do you have any solution? Do you have any way out? So the way out is one possible way is don't go for this type of situation where you have one single conductor placed between magnetic field. Instead of that, what you can do is go for a situation where you have grooves or notches made, if it is possible to reshape the conductor. What you are doing is you are avoiding large current loops, and then the effect of eddy currents will be minimized. So one option is don't use this. Instead of use this as and when possible. Okay, so you are avoiding large current loops. Second is if you have larger metallic slab kind of situation, what you can do is use laminated laminars, like slices you may say, and each slice is separated by the next one with some insulating material. So with that also we can minimize the effect. But consider that you cannot make it zero. Why we cannot make it zero? Because we cannot do anything about this phenomenon. So there is force on electrons, and electrons will surrender to the force. Electrons will start moving on least resistive path, constituting circular current loops. And we cannot do anything about it, except that we can make sure that the current loops are tiny. We can stop electrons from making larger current loops to avoid strong magnetic field. So that is what we can do about eddy currents. And out of human nature, we could find out some applications also of eddy current. What are the applications of eddy currents? One is nowadays we know that there are wireless chargers in mobile phone. So what wireless chargers are doing? Suppose if this is your handset, in external circuit your coil, and what this coil is doing, coil is producing a variable magnetic field, and inside this handset also we have a coil. So as this magnetic field changes, there are current loops produced inside this coil, which is in the handset, and so that current helps charging. Similar thing is observed in induction stove also. In induction stove also, we have current carrying rings which are producing variable magnetic field, and for induction stove we need specific kind of utensils, mostly of aluminium. Why? Because with the change in the magnetic field of this coil, we have eddy currents produced in this vessel, and because of eddy current we have this heating, and that is how we can use the induction stove. And we can use it in speedometer also, and in electric brake also. Okay, so those are some of the uses of this eddy current. One point I forgot to mention in previous video, which now we should realize, that if I consider the U-shaped wire and the rod place, let us apply this concept of QVB there. So if this is the rod, and now as mentioned earlier, rod is moved with velocity v. We have north pole of external magnet here, south pole here, and now if I say that the charges in the rod are experiencing force F is equal to QVB, we will stick to sign convention of previous video. So F is equal to Q V I cap. We are moving rod in positive x direction, and magnetic field was considered to be inside, so minus B K cap. So what is I cross K? I cross K is minus J, with negative sign we have plus J, so Q V B J cap. It means that positive charges will experience force in positive x direction, so you will have all the positive charges gathered here and all the negative charges gathered here. It means that this rod will behave as if it is battery. Okay, and how much is the EMF of this battery? EMF is BVL. So this is another perspective of explaining the phenomena of electromagnetic induction, and this is considered as basic reason behind induced EMF. F is equal to QV cross B. So that is all for now. Thank you.